What's good with y'all, man? So today I'm gonna be explaining the zone drops. Alright, I'm gonna be explaining them, when you should change them, you know, how you should change them, and what you should do. Alright, so let's start with the drop flats. The zone drop flats are your flats. So if you're running cover 2, you know the two blue circles that are, you know, your cornerbacks. Those are your, you know, well, that's a flat. All right, those are your flats. So anything you adjust for this, right? This is 30 yards, 25. You usually never want to put them 30, 25, 20. I mean, usually if I ever touch my flats, I'm putting on like 0, 5, maybe 10. You know what I mean? I'm not calling a whole lot of flats though here and there, but yeah, right? I'm gonna show y'all show y'all examples too. Don't worry. Right? These are the ones I touch a lot. So the zone drop curl flats. These are your purples. So let's say you're running cover 3. You know how you got the safety, or maybe the your nickel corner. They're going on like two purples to the side, or the purples. You know what the purples are. These are purples, right? The only time I'm really adjusting these is when people are running crossers. Sometimes I gotta put them on 30. Sometimes I gotta put them on 20. Those, yeah, you know what I mean. So don't worry, I'm gonna demonstrate y'all, show y'all examples and shit like that, right? So those are that. And the zone drop hooks, I have yet to touch these. These are basically your, I guess you could say, like your guys in the middle, the yellows. You know what I mean? The yellows in the middle. These are that. I really haven't ever had to touch these. I feel like I don't really see me ever. If I were y'all, I don't think I'd ever really need to touch those. Let me know, maybe I'm fucking up on that one, but I never felt like I need to touch those. But the flats, I'm really mostly gonna be showing y'all the curl flats, because those are the ones I touch for the most part. But the flats, I'll show y'all an example too. So first, we're gonna start off with, show you off with the zone flats, right? Let's say we put that bitch on 5, right? So let's start with that, right? So we're gonna go cover 2 then, right? You know what I mean? And let's say my the guy I'm playing, he's running I put him on what, 5, so I put him on really short. Let's say he's running some drags and shit, right? You know what I mean? Let's say he's running like some drags and shit. So the blues, you see the two blues on the outside? We put them on 5. So they're not going anywhere farther back than 5 yards. That's as far as they're going, right? So we got this guy doing a bunch of crosses, right? Go ahead, snap the ball. He's going to have to throw that bitch in the middle. You know why? Because as soon as they start breaking off to the outside just a little bit, they're going to be all locked up. So let me see if I can shut it down in the middle. That's why I don't run cover 2 though. You see that? Because look, the tight end, 88, he's running like a wheel route. So since your corners are only playing 5 yards there on that play, they're only playing the drags. Anything that goes right past that is going to be complete. So just know, when you play this, if you put them bitches on 5, you're playing the drags. You put it on 10, it could bag it for a little bit, but then the drags are going to get open, all right? So just know, if you put your cloud flats on anything low, they're going to get beat, deep for a quick second, because that safety deep blue, he's not. If there's a gap in between there, if you know what I'm talking about, where you could throw it in that window, and yeah, so there's that. Right? So I would recommend, if y'all doing that, man, just make sure it's a situation where you're not gonna be able to get beat over top, and you know what your guy's doing. The man you faced is gonna be doing. Now, these, there's times I put these on 30, there's times I put these on 20. Right now, I'm gonna put them on 30, because what a lot of people like to do is, right? So we're gonna be calling up cover 3 sky drop. I'm running the Seattle defensive playbook. So yeah. Let's say he's running double crossers. Let's see if we get some double crossers going. Alright, so this is the closest thing I can find to a crossing play in the Giants playbook. Look, I don't have a second remote. This is the only remote I got, and if you can see, that bitch is fucked up. So yeah, this is the closest thing I can find to a crossing around the Giants playbook. We're using that as an example. Alright, so here we go. Boom. We're pressing them. Your purples, what do we put them at? 30? So they're playing 30 yards back. So they're going to be playing deep crossers. You know what I mean? Like, that means, like, you know how people like to run them deep double crosses, double post, all that shit? This will bag it up, right? This is going to bag it up real nicely. So anything underneath, you just got to make sure you make a nice user play here. So go ahead, snap it. You got to get everything underneath here, right? As you can see, that shit is going to be wide open. So it's up to you to make some adjustments there. So here's, you know, in this case, you could, you know, maybe flat both of them boys. So this is what I like to do sometimes. I'll put both of them in the flat, right? And then I got my 2 purples over top. And then what you could do is, usually you're going against a Lamar, so you want to keep the spy. So what I do is, I'll put one of my middle guys as a deep blue. And you have to have some really, you gotta have a really good user for this shit right here. But look, this will help you out a lot, trust me. So go ahead, hike the ball, man, hike the ball. And as you can see, yeah, bagged it all up. So that's basically the best way to bag crossers and deep double posts. Put your shits on 30. And that's basically what you want to do with it. Like, if you feel like, I would say only, like, really the only time you really need to adjust these is if you know, like, oh my god, like, he's throwing it over top the purples. Alright, add it up a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, and then if you feel like as you're running cover 3, if he keeps throwing everything low, alright, then put it at like maybe 10 or something. So let's test that out. So let's put them at like 10. Alright, let's put the purples at like 10. Right. Run my cover 3. Let's say he's running some, like I said, some underneath shit. So bunch, let's go back to the mesh, right? Let's say he's running the mesh, boom. Like, you don't really even gotta make adjustments, bro. Like I said, just make a user play out here. Like, so we put him at 10 yards. It's probably gonna get open though with 10 yards, right? Most likely. Yeah, so I would say for like drags and shit, if you're running cover 3, put your purples at like 5. Yeah, definitely put them at like 5. So yeah, it's not that really, it's really not that complicated now that I understand it. I honestly, you don't have to touch these shits a lot. I honest to God, I don't really touch these shits a whole lot. Like, if I'm sitting there, you know, even if you're beating me with it, you gotta do the play a couple times for me to want to actually get to change these shits. Like hooks, I wouldn't touch these flats. Like I said, if you're running a lot of cover 2, I would say then maybe you should adjust them here or there, right? You know what I mean? And then if you're running cover 3 a lot, adjust those here and there. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it is. I don't run a lot of cover 2, so like I said, I don't touch those. I barely touch those shits at all. I run a lot of cover 3, so here and there I am touching those. But hey, those are basically the zone drops. Once you understand it, bro, and you start doing it a little bit, you'll understand what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's basically it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Fuck with your boy. And I'm out!